Hi everyone, welcome back to E-commerce Success by Ad360. Today we're going to review the store of someone starting their first shop. So congrats on getting started and welcome to the e-commerce industry. We're going to review your store, give you a few tips, and on Reddit this business owner is asking a number of very interesting questions, such as how to organize products and collections, how many products per collection should they have, is it better to focus on a few ones or have a bigger variety of products? So we're going to discuss a few of these questions, and to help us respond to some of these, we're going to review some studies from the Baymard Institute. We reviewed them, a few of these studies before on the channel. I'm not affiliated in any way with the Baymard Institute, but I find that they make very thorough, well-explained, illustrated studies. And they use focus groups and ask users to give feedback on websites. So it's super informative, very precise, and I like it very much. So all the links will be in the description below, and you'll be able to study these in more details. If you enjoyed this content, please like, comment below, tell us what you'd like to see next. Subscribe to the channel and activate the notification if you don't want to miss any of the daily videos. This is brought to you by Ad360. Ad360 is the easiest way to start advertising all over the web outside of Google and social media. In just one click, you can get banners automatically generated in multiple formats to promote your products all over the web on the news websites, blogs, and mobile apps, and in any placement that's going to be relevant to your brand and to your products to bring qualified audiences. So if you want to grow your store, the easiest way to do that on Shopify is download the Ad360 app. There's a 14-day free trial, so feel free to start and try for yourself. There's a link in the description below. Okay, let's jump in today's content. So this user, so dcarrotv2, love the name, posted on the Review My Shopify subreddit. They're saying, working on my first store and looking for feedback. So this is the store. We're going to read afterwards the questions. So we can notice a few things about the store before we get into the details. We see it's the first time you're doing a store, but congrats on getting started. It's great. The first thing to do is actually, getting started, deciding to get started. So I wish you a ton of success. And I'm going to be a bit critical today, but it's only to help you improve, succeed, get more conversions, more sales, more revenue, more happy customers. So a few technical issues first, which are going to be detrimental to your brand if you don't fix them. And it's a shame because they're small things, so they're easy to correct, but there's a problem with the favicon. You see the top left corner of your tab here on the browser, you have there's no image. So you should have your logo here. I made the whole video about that and why up to 17% lost sales could be due to that little problem. It takes 1 minute to fix. I'll put a link in the description to another video showing you step by step how to fix that in Shopify. And by the way, so you should have a custom design logo. Right now you just have your brand name, which is good, but it's better to have a logo and your brand name clearly written. It's going to give more trust between viewers and your brand. The second thing is there's no title here. You just have your store name, but usually you see, for example, if I go to the Baymard Institute, in the web page title, you have a description of what's in the page. This helps you be better ranked on Google. Google uses whatever information they can find to understand what the page is about and understand how they need to rank it and serve it as a response to search queries. And they are particularly focused on the title, so this thing that appears on the top of your browser, and the meta description, which you can't see here, but which is the first thing that appears in Google, so below the title. Let me show you. If I take your brand name, I go to Google, I type that. So firstly, you're not super well ranked. So, and that could be because you don't really know about SEO too much. That's okay. Search engine optimization, SEO. I also will link a few videos on that topic in the description below. So here you say, hi, welcome to our store. So glad you could make it. Here at Madesh, Amadesh or Amadesh, sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. You'll tell me, sorry if I butcher the name. I'll just say Amadesh for now. So we source the most popular and useful products for the home. Okay, so that's interesting, but you could use this to tell a bit more about what type of products. Is it a home decoration? You could use this to include a few categories and stuff like that. Let's look at IKEA. Let's look at what they're saying on their end. They're saying a lot more stuff. Your message is very nice when we're getting on the store. Like here, it's really cool. Hi, welcome to. I think this is actually the description is copied from this, but you could set a different meta description, which is not going to appear on the page visibly for users, but Google and bots and they'll be able to read that and they'll use this information here, and you can have a more precise, more accurate, more information-packed description. So if you look at IKEA, they're telling a ton of stuff. Affordable furniture, home goods, furnishings, inspiration, better life at home, shop online or in store. They're telling a lot more, you see. So, okay, so the favicon, the logo, the titles and meta description, so this can be improved. Secondly, there are a few technical issues on the site. For example, here at the bottom of your product pages, you have this image with text placeholder. So if people see that, much like the missing favicon, they're going to lose trust in the website. And that's a shame because the products look good, they seem nice, and the design is pretty simple, but looks clean and professional. But stuff like that is going to be a big red flag. People are going to see that and say, oh, this website is not finished or unprofessional, or there's a technical issue. I won't trust it with my card details, and they will not purchase because of little things like that. So really need to avoid any chance of losing customers, right? So you really have to fix these things. I think also maybe the first picture should be a bit better quality, more enticing. This is a bit underselling, I think, your product. Okay, now let's go on the good things. I like the fact that you're presenting yourself at the beginning. I think a lot more websites should be doing that, presenting you and what's your business about and why you exist, because you need to justify your existence to customers. They're going to come here, especially if you're new to e-commerce, this is your first website, your brand is not very well known. People will come here and they have to be convinced to buy from you rather than all the other options that they have. So you really have to stand out and you have to be better than the competition. So you have to justify why you're a great brand and give them reasons to buy from you. So here it's good that you're describing yourself, and I like the positioning of the things that are perfect for your home, apartment, gifts, why not? And then you have our brand at the bottom, family owned, family run business. All that is super cool, but then I think your actual product categories are selling you short, because this looks really cool about the home and stuff, and then why do you have stuff about the dogs with these what looks to be low quality gloves? I don't actually know if they're low quality or not, but I just don't understand what they have to do with the rest of the website, right? And we have the same issue of this placeholder image and text at the bottom. So this is a big problem. If people don't understand what a certain product is doing here, they might say, okay, what is this website? Is it just like another dropshipping website? And same here, you have some random stuff. So why not about gifts and stuff? But it seems very different from the dog stuff and the barbecue bag. There's a lack of cohesion between the different products, and that's going to hurt your brand, in my opinion. That's just my 2 cents. And as I usually say, take everything I say and take everything everybody tells you with a grain of salt. And at the end of the day, just only the market is right. So A/B test, try different versions, see what people respond better to, and listen to people, listen to your customers, right? Only take tips and advice like this as a source of inspiration to try things out, but none of this is like the one and true source of truth, right? So okay, I think you have two a too diverse set of product, too different from one another. You have this glove stuff, and then the storage bag, the lamps, why not, and then you have this stuff which clearly screams dropshipping, with a big alert. And I have nothing against dropshipping, but many people have something against dropshipping. And the thing is, a good dropshipping website is a website where you don't know if it's dropshipping or not, and you don't care because it's well done, it's well presented, they add value because they present products in a good way, they explain the benefits of the product, they make the products desirable, and so you're not asking the question of, okay, is this a dropshipping? And dropshipping can be good or bad, just depends on how it's done. But some people have been scammed, some people have been disappointed by the product quality, the pricing, the delays in shipping. So the problem is, if you have stuff like that, it's screaming dropshipping, and unless they're convinced that no, you're different because you have a true brand, true positioning, values that they're aligned with, great product sourcing, you spend a lot of time and effort trying to find the right sellers and the right product. If you're not convincing them of all that, they're going to put you in the same basket as those other brands they might have been scammed by. And so that's another red flag. So my opinion, so to get back to your list of questions, am I adding too many collections? Should I try and focus more on 2, 3, or 5, 6? That's just my 2 cents. In my opinion, you should definitely focus on a few collections, on fewer collections. Have them be more cohesive, have them be more coherent. Choose and pick one theme. Like, I like the home decor. I think that's great. Finding the perfect stuff, and you can say, okay, even if we don't manufacture these, so of course it's dropshipping, but you can say, okay, you put a lot of time and effort trying to find the right piece for decoration, the stuff that's going to bring joy to the house, and you tested a lot of different sellers, and you're only presenting the products that you found are the best, and they're going to improve your home, warmth, etiquette, or personality or whatever, right? And I think you can keep these lamps, they look good, but don't mix that and this stuff and the gloves in the same category. Makes no sense. So I would say reduce the number of categories and reduce the number of products. So to answer your second question, is there a min max product in each collection? There isn't really. I've seen very successful websites selling just one product. And there are many websites that have tons of products that are successful, like Macy's and stuff like that, and Walmart, but they're giants, right? You're competing against these. You can't come up and have like a catalog of 10,000 products and random different stuff. Like, who are you to do that, right? You need to justify why you're here, what's your brand about. You need to have a clear messaging, clear positioning, clear brand values, a clear mission statement. Explain why people should buy from you and not from someone else, or directly from like AliExpress or Marketplace. Like, you have to justify all of that. I think, in my opinion, that's just my 2 cents, it's going to be easier to do if you're concentrated on a few collections and a few well-selected products. Is it worthwhile to add descriptions and a little story to each product? Absolutely. So I made a few videos about that. I also link them in the description below. I made a whole video about how words and text still matter in 2022. And Google is advising people in 2022 to use more words and to have longer descriptions and to really explain all the ins and outs and benefits and features and all that about products. And if you go to the Baymard Institute, I will show you afterwards a few studies that are relevant for your shop. There are a few studies here that are super important about how to present product descriptions. Actually, let me find if I can find it again. You have page designs. You have a ton of free resources. It's super interesting. Product page. And you have a ton of free studies that are super interesting about how to present products really well. You have a ton of examples from big brands and stuff like that. If I go back to free articles, let's try and see if we have product page. So here you have the 39 free studies on product descriptions and product pages, and you have a ton of interesting stuff. So I think we reviewed this one in a previous video, 5 effective ways for direct-to-consumer sites to tell their brand and product story. And this study was saying that the number one mistake of websites in e-commerce, and this was backed by number of studies, revenues, the number one mistake is not telling your brand and product story well enough. 10% of e-commerce sites have better product descriptions. Have product descriptions that are insufficient for user needs. I like this article. I didn't make a video about this one, but it's super interesting. I might do in the future. Tell me in the comments if you'd like a review of this article. But they're comparing different websites, and they're saying, you see this one, too brief product descriptions often fail to give users enough confidence about a product to consider purchasing it. And they're comparing the same product like on different websites, right? And they have different descriptions length and different more or less details. And here that's what the user said. There's a lot of information here on the chair. I'm starting to discount the other chair because there's very little information. And in the end, they added this one to her cart and she discarded the previous one. So I definitely recommend you add more information. Of course, it takes a while. I sympathize with this. So that's why I think you're better off reducing the number of products and categories and really focusing on each product, telling the story. I made another video, which I'll also link in the description. So you have already a few videos to watch you can learn from. All of these are completely free. You can watch. I made a video about what we can learn from Bose, the headphone seller. And I compared that to a dropshipping website selling headphones. And I compared what they're saying on these product pages and what the dropshipping website was saying. And even Bose, which is a very reputable, very popular, very well-known brand, even them, they don't have just like a product image, a short description, and a price tag. And they could, if they did that, they would have a ton of sales. But even them, they reckon, no, they need to tell a story. You see, so this is the Bose Quiet Comfort. This is one of the most popular headphone brands there. And they have a ton of, descriptions, videos, social proof. They're saying, okay, we've been featured on other places. Another feature, best noise cancelling. Listen for yourself. So you have a little experiment. You can try different modes to listen to the sound. Another little story, an image, and more features. Awareness, high fidelity music, comfort, clear conversations, the battery life, Bluetooth stuff. You see the level of details and content there is on this page, and so that's what you should look at. If you're not sure which direction to go, pick one brand you really like and you would trust and buy from, and you wouldn't mind paying $300 for really high quality headphones. Look at how they describe their product and try and do the same for your own product. Explain how this lamp is really good, high quality, good for the eye, makes the place look warmer and more agreeable, and how you're going to be happier, being in your room with this lamp, and it's going to increase the mood of the family and whatever. Tell us the story, tell us the benefits, tell us the features. Why should we buy this product, right? If you don't do that, you're not going to have many purchases, I'm afraid. So question number 4, should I clean up the information product details provided by the dropshipping source? Yes, you should, for the same reason. If it's poorly translated, there's missing information, weird stuff going on, you should definitely change that. Otherwise, people won't have trust and they won't buy. As simple as that. And again, if you have, I see sometimes on these dropshipping websites, you have the product title that are like 4 or 5 different, they're 5 lines long because they have all their keywords stuffed. This is never going to work out. So I see you didn't do that on your website, so that's good. You have like an understandable product title. It's much better to do that than just copy paste all the weird information, which might be optimized for discoverability in the marketplace, but is not optimized to generate trust and purchases on a branded e-commerce website. So I think you're doing a good job here. You could maybe do even better. What kind of discount should I be using? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what to answer, to be honest. And again, for this, you should A/B test. See, are people going to buy more if there's a 30% discount? Maybe, maybe not. A lot of people are doing that, so I imagine it works, or it used to work at least. What you shouldn't do is like say, okay, this is like $500 and minus 90% discount, and it's only 50. Like people now, they're sick of that. They've seen that too frequently. They know it's not true, and no business can be profitable with 90% discount or 70% discount. So that's what you should not do. Now, if you want to give a 10 or 20% discount from the price that would seem like a fair price to you, you can do so in exchange of a subscription to a newsletter or something like that. But it's really up to you and up to A/B testing at the end of the day. Changing the theme color, why not? I'm not sure about that. I won't comment on things that I'm not as knowledgeable about. And colors, design, this, there's a matter of taste, and then sometimes it doesn't work. I think in your case the design is simple and works, although it's very basic. So I would suggest at least having a custom logo. And your feedback, okay. So I think I gave you quite a few tips already. I hope that you'll see this is coming from a good place, trying to help you improve the website and get more success. And if you want to improve, I think the navigation, I think that's also going to be a big thing. I wanted to link you a last study. I will put this one in the description below. This one is super interesting. It's e-commerce product taxonomy best practices. So whether to have intermediary category page or not, subcategories. So you don't have a ton of products. So in your case, I think it's a bit it might not be justified, but sometimes I have to click on indoors and I have 3 more categories I can choose from, and then I see the product. It might be too much. So I let you read that. There are pros and cons. So as long as you understand why you're doing it, and if you're choosing what's the best solution in your opinion, that's great. But you have to understand what you're doing. Sometimes intermediary categories are good if they provide an opportunity to educate your customer on what there is and what different stuff. For example, they use this example of costumes or toys, and you can see different stuff. So you see anime, military, movies, so horror. So this is, if you're educating customer and giving them new ideas, and maybe you can get more sales from that. If they need inspiration and guidance, that can be good. In your case, I'm not so sure. I think the problem with having more categories is that if it's overdone, you can discourage users from going up until the product. And if they don't find the product, if they don't go up until the end of the process, they're not going to buy, right? So this study says that there's a very real danger in having intermediate category pages too low in the navigation hierarchy. And in your case, since you don't have a lot of products already as is, and I'm advising you to reduce the number of products, I'm not sure you'll actually need those intermediary categories anymore. And one concept which I found super interesting, super cool, I wanted to highlight is the return on the click investment. So this is a funny thing. It's the first time today I'm seeing that, but the return on the click investment is I'm not sure if they coined it themselves. I think so, because they say we call it the return on click investment. It's a funny way of saying that users, when they're making a click, it's very close to a business making an investment, and users are making an effort, and they're it's like they're giving you their time and effort and mental focus to click on that, and if they're not getting what they expect, if there's a poor return on their click investment, then users will be very disappointed. They might leave right away, right? If you get a few bad investments, as I say, inadequate return, then you're going to cut your losses and exit the position. It's they're saying it's exactly the same thing for users. So they need to have a payoff. So they need to get something out of the category. So again, if it's adding value, producing new information, giving them something, and you can use these categories to add more text, add more descriptions. In that case, okay, it might be a good idea. If it's just like that, where it's it feels like a catalog, I made the first click, now I have to make a second one before I see anything, then I might just leave at this stage. And hey, you've lost an opportunity to present a product, and so you're going to have less sales. Just my 2 cents, but I found this quite interesting. It's the first time I see this concept of return on click investment. But I find it quite interesting, right? In the case people have to navigate multiple layers before they see product, there's a low return on click investment and might cut their losses and leave the website before they actually see your products. So food for thought, it's super interesting. If you want me to do a full review of this article, the return on click investment, that sounds quite fun, and there's quite a long research with a ton of examples. It looks super interesting. If you'd like to see a review of that study, please let me know in the comments below, and I can make a dedicated video on that. I wish you a ton of success. So again, congrats on getting started. It's fantastic. You're creating your website. I wish you a ton of success, a ton of happy customers, a ton of sales, and I hope we can talk soon. See you next time. Bye.